titled as Demystifying Citation Styles and Reference Management. Caption off. Okay. Before we start, I just wanted to know the profile of the participants so that we can cover accordingly. Just let me know yes. So whoever has joined online or through YouTube, could you please log into your... Can I start? You can log into your mobile device or laptop. Go to mentimeter.com. Go to mentimeter.com. Sir. Go to mentimeter.com and use this code 65183804. Go to your browser. Go to your browser. Yes. Thank you for responding. Go to mentimeter.com or menti.com and use this code 65183804. Captions open. Caption. So thanks for responding. Almost 121 of us responded. Others, so we are 500 here online. If you respond, it will be good for me to understand the domain or area of study, and then we can move forward. Marketing, finance, human resource management, psychology. Good. Then we have international trade. Now marketing is dominating. Others, so we have 271 responses. You can log into Mentimeter or menti.com. Then you can use this code 65183804. So thank you so much for participating, for your involvement. We have got close to 340 responses. Others, are you trying? Maybe some technical issues. Yeah, 350 responses. Good. So we have pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, mathematics, machine learning, NLP. Somebody has typed hi. Hi. teaching, FPM. We also have scholars from fuzzy logic, social work, dynamic equations, agriculture, physics, bioprocess technology. Thank you for responding. So we got more than 406 responses. So when we look at this visual, the word cloud, I understand. So majority of us from management domain, that will make my job more easier. So marketing, finance, HRM, management, accounting, economics, entrepreneurship, business administration, all this comes under the management domain. Okay, that means majority of us are from management domain. So whenever I refer to some examples, I will take examples from a management domain for our discussion. That is the objective of asking you to feed your area of study. So thank you so much for responding. Next, one another thing which I want to understand is, yes, you can respond to this question. How many of you are research scholars or academicians? When you say academician, assistant professors, associate professors, or professors. And finally, if others, maybe librarian, some industry practitioners also registered for our workshop, FDP. So if that is the case, yes, you can please feed in your response. See, we got 4,900 registration, including students, but we have not sent the link to students because let us give importance first to faculty members and research scholars. So students definitely at later stage, they will get a chance to attend a similar kind of program. Or the teacher who are learning through this platform can teach your own students at later point in time so that your learning gets reinforced. So good. Now we have a majority, close to 100 people are research scholars and 82 are academicians, and others we have one member, and total response we have received till now is 187 responses. Right. Thank you very much for responding. So that means both research scholar and academicians, we are equally participating in this online program. So there is a slight variation, but even then, we don't have other type of participants. We have only research scholar and academicians. And again, this will make my job little easier. When we have people from other like industry participants, then it might be slightly difficult for us to give an example which may suit their requirement or which will address their need. So thank you so much for participating in this survey. Right, we'll go back to the presentation. Right. Now, please have a look at this slide. It talks about the evolution of intellectual freedom. So starting from before graduate school, and it leads to a research in peace, which is a rest in peace. So this slide or image tells us that research is part of all of our day-to-day life. Be it an UG student or a PG student, a research scholar, academician, or someone into industry as a practitioner or practicing researcher, then we all are into a scholarly writing. That's what this image signifies. Earlier, we come to the knowledge of research only at our PG program during our summer internship, or in the undergraduate program in the final semester, we might be having this project work. But before that, though this research is addressed in our business research methods course. Other than that, many of us are aware only during our research, either in PhD or when we become a teacher. But research or scholarly writing, it is going to be part of our day-to-day professional. Having said that, there is a saying, perform or perish. In industry, this is one of the most widely used caption or tagline. Perform or perish. But in the scholarly writing context, if we adopt this, then it can be converted into publish or perish. Publish or perish. Now, this research or scholarly writing or publishing in a top tier journal has become a part of our academic progress. So we must do teaching, we must do research, and we must involve ourselves in some of the administrative roles. So same is applicable to researchers who are in the industry or in the labs. So our performance is measured with publication. So this demands, what are the demands of academic writing? When we produce our writing, scholarly writing, the demand is that we need to provide evidence for our writing, evidence to support or substantiate our claim. Why we need to do that? This we must do to ensure that the research is conducted and knowledge is acquired. We have conducted the research properly and we have acquired certain amount of knowledge during the writing process. So how are we going to substantiate our findings? How are we going to provide evidence for our clients in the research article or the research paper? And that is done by standing on the shoulders of giants. This is Google Scholar tagline. The tagline reads, stand on the shoulders of giants. In the past, lot of scholars, lot of academicians, lot of researchers have contributed to the domains in our subject area. So whatever may be our subject area, whatever may be our domain of research, there are a lot of contributions made by the scholars in the past, and they are the giants in this domain. They have the expert knowledge. Now, when we base our research article or thesis or any type of scholarly writing on the work of the giants, then we can provide evidence for our research, for our findings. So how to provide evidence? By standing on the shoulders of giants. So what happens when we stand on the shoulder of giants? Giants is a person who is taller than us, who is stronger than us, and who is more knowledgeable than us, who is more skillful than us. So when we stand on the shoulder of a giants, then our height is going to increase. In remote sensing, this is the principle of remote sensing. Elevation from a height increases the sight. Elevation from a height increases the sight. So as we stand on the shoulders of giants, our height is going to increase, which in turn is going to increase our sight, the way we look at things. And what amount of things we can see, that depends on whom we are standing. So, our scholarly writing proves that we have gained sufficient amount of knowledge while doing this research and while preparing this manuscript. And for that, we are standing on the shoulders. As our director mentioned in his inaugural address, that is citation and referencing. Now, what is citation and what is a citation style? So, citation is a way of giving credit to individuals, that individuals are the giants in the field for their creative and intellectual works that we utilized to support our research. So, as simple as that. We are standing on the shoulder of a giants and we are telling our audience on whom am I standing, on whose shoulder am I standing, from whom I have derived this idea, from whom I have borrowed this picture, from whom I have borrowed this equation, from whom I have borrowed this relationship. So it is a way of giving credit to the giants on whose shoulder we are standing. So this citation is classified into two types. One is in-text citation and the other one is bibliometric citation. The in-text citation, it appears within the body of the text. That is in-text citation. The bibliographic citation, otherwise called as references, will appear at the end of the document, end of the article. Now, what are the things that needs to be cited? If we have borrowed words, yes. Please cite it. Might have called in the form of a book, in the form of a web page, in the form of a content in an encyclopedia. So whatever the source is, we need to cite. Then what is a citation style? There are more than 200 different citation styles. And these citation styles dictates the type of information that we must provide to our audience. So please remember, the citation and references, it is always for our audience. It is always for the people who will read our article, who will evaluate our thesis, who will review our research paper. It is for them. Who will read and benefit from our research contribution. It is for them. That is citation. A citation, we are giving credit to the person from whom we have borrowed words, ideas, equations, figures, or relationships. Then comes the bibliographic citation or a reference. So this reference is a detailed description of the source from where they have borrowed the words, ideas, equations, or relationships. So this is, in short, already provided through a citation. If our audience is interested to know the original source, then the reference which has been presented at the end of the document will help them to track that. Now, this reference, it consists of some standard elements. For example, we must have the name of the authors, the giants. Then, if it is a journal article, what is the title of the article? What is the date of publication? What are the page numbers? If it is journal, definitely it is going to have a volume number and sometimes issue number also. Then, if it is a book, then we must tell about the publishing company, especially the city. Then we have this DOI, Digital Object Identifier. It is the link or a number It is a unique number to identify a published source. Then if it is a web page, sometimes we need to tell our audience when we have assessed that web page. Because sometimes we may get an idea for our research from a web page. So that needs to be informed to our audience. So citation is a shorter form of referring to a source in the body of the text, and reference is a detailed description of the source. Now, why we need to cite? Why we need to provide the referencing? 4 important use is there, and all these 4, it is going to benefit the researcher as well as the audience, the readers of the articles. First, it gives credibility to our work. We are showing our readers that we have done a proper research by listing the sources we use to get the information. That means we are telling our readers that we have already referred to the work of the giants, and we base our research based on the work of the giants. That gives the credibility to our work. Next thing is, it is our responsibility. Since we have borrowed from somebody else, that person has spent a lot of time and effort in producing that scholarly manuscript. As a researcher, it is our responsibility to acknowledge the work of the giants. The third thing is integrity. We are being honest to ourselves and we are being honest to our audience. We are telling them that we have borrowed it. It is not my own idea. I have not developed this image. I have not drawn this image. I have borrowed it from so-and-so person. And we are being honest to ourselves and also to our audience. And finally, trackability. So first 3, it is for ourselves, and the last one, it is for our audience. If our audience is interested in the image, if our audience is interested in the relationship which we have quoted in our article, they may want to look at the original source. Now, this reference, which we place at the end of the document, helps our audience to track the original source. And that reduces the time of our audience. When we give the reference, the moment they click the reference link or DOI number, it takes them to the website of the journal, which makes easier for them to locate the original source. So these are some of the benefits of giving the citation as well as reference in our manuscript. Now, what to cite, which we have already discussed: facts, figures, ideas, data, or any other informations, theories, quotations. All these things must be cited. And if you have any doubt whether to cite it or not, better cite it. So whenever we have doubt, follow the ethical practice of writing, which is to cite the original source. And this is the difference between citation and reference. As we discussed, I will summarize these points with this slide. Citation, it is included in the body of the text. References, it is enlisted at the end of the article. Shorter form of the source which we have used is citation. The elaborative form of the source which we have used is reference. Citation usually has the second name of the author and year of publication in most of the cases, and sometimes page number also. And the references, depending on the citation style, we provide as much as information in the reference list so that it is easy for our audience to track the original source. Example, Mohanasundaram and Kasilingam 2024. The author names, 2 authors produced this manuscript and it got published in a top tier journal and we acknowledge them. And for the reference, Mohansundaram S and Kaslingam R, year 2024, the sustainability factor in asset pricing, empirical evidence from the Indian market, published in the quarterly review of economics and finance, volume 94, issue April 2024, on page numbers 206 to 213. This is an example for the reference. And citation, it helps us to verify the source, and references help us to navigate to the original source, so that if our audience is interested, they can just click, go to the source, and they can read and understand. As I mentioned earlier, there are more than 200 different citation styles, and they can be broadly classified into two types. One is this word is not visible because this is hiding. Okay. One is the parenthetical citation style, where we will give everything, the citation in the parenthesis. That is like this, author, page. Again, this parenthesis type of citation is divided into two types. One is MLA, Modern Literary Association style, and the other one is Harvard style. In Modern Literary Association style, we place emphasis on the author name as well as the page numbers. The reason is we want to place more importance on the text, what is being said there. It emphasizes the researcher's reading of a particular text and edition. That is MLA, author page style. The other is Harvard style, which is within the parenthesis, author name and date, year is given. Now, APA style, Chicago style, and CAC style comes under this Harvard author style. So these disciplines, they place more emphasis on the amount of information being provided, and they will examine the evolution of the scholarly school of thoughts. How over a period of time a particular domain evolved. When the emphasis is given on that, then scholars use this Harvard style, which is again a parenthesis citation style. Another citation style is, broad classification is numbered citation style. Here again we have two broader classification. One is the Oxford style, where we give the cite reference in the footnote or as endnote, because we don't want to complicate the reading by providing more number of informations. When we give more number of informations in the form of a citation, it may distract our readers. So to avoid that, it is given as a endnote or footnote. If the audience is interested, they can go to the footnote or endnote and see what is the source. The next style under this numbered citation style is Vancouver style, where numbering sequence is followed. Here also, only number is given there, and again this style will not distract our audience. Just our audience can skip the numbers and read the text. If our audience is interested, then they can click the number. That number will take them to the reference list, and they can understand from where we have taken that fact or relationship. So these are the two broader type of classification of citation style. One is the parenthesis type style, and other is numbered citation style. Okay, now we have seen we are from different domains, starting from management, accounting, psychology, mathematics, physics, fuzzy logic, all these domains were there. Now, what citation style we must use? So depending on the domain on which we work, we must choose the citation styles. Now, this slide talks about the citation style which are used by the scholars in the arts domain. Art, architecture and landscape architecture, Chicago notes or Chicago author date style. Then we have this drama. Try Chicago notes or MLA style. Music. Try Chicago notes. History. Art history, music history. Again, try Chicago notes. So when you have doubt, I belong to this arts domain. Subject area is dance, and I'm doubtful. If you are doubtful, then this source suggests us this guides.lib.uw.edu suggests us to use Chicago notes style of citation. If you are from humanities department, humanities, then modern literary association style, MLA style. English literature, yes, they use MLA style. Linguistics, MLA style. Language, literature, philosophy, religion use Chicago styles. I am from social science domain and I am into economics. Then you use APS style. I belong to geography. Wait a minute. Participants, please wait a minute. Our coordinator, Professor Mohan Sundaram, wants to talk something. Yes.
We welcome Mr. Hee Song, who is the manager of product. Let him. Yes, I'll try to. You are the host. You are the host.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Looks like I can't turn on my camera, so I will just speak.
Please.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Hee-sang John. I'm head of product at Mendeley. It's really great that we are holding this event about Mendeley, and I'm so excited that we have so many of you on the call. Like, I mean, I tried to join many times, but whenever I tried to join, I got this message saying it has reached the maximum number of people who can join the call. So this is great. I'm sorry. When I join an event like this, I always feel humbled because it reminds me of the fact that I have an important job helping researchers and students like you progressing your research and in your study. And I myself have a PhD in economics, and I try to continue research in my spare time. So I at least partly understand how important it is to make sure researchers can focus on their work rather than having to worry about tools like Mendeley, databases, and other non-research stuff. So we, the Mendeley team, try to focus on things that matter most to our users like you, and we try to learn from our users as much as possible. I have to admit that it's not always easy. Sometimes as Mendeley, we make bad decisions. And of course, Mendeley as a tool is not perfect. But I would like to assure you that we take our job really seriously because we are working on a product that helps researchers and students like you. And by doing this work, we know we are helping to progress science and we are having positive impact on society and the economy. So I'm going to ask organizers to share my contact details. So you can send me emails if you have any questions or suggestions. We have a fantastic support team, and most issues can be resolved by them without much problem. But I'd like to also learn from you guys. So feel free to contact me and share your thoughts. And I'd like to thank the organizers to arrange this fantastic event. And yeah, I'd like to speak to you guys as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hisam, Director of Product Management for Mendeley. And in your busy schedule, you have managed to get into this event, even though that there was no, I mean, you waited for some 30 minutes to join the session, and it adds more value to our program. Thank you, Hisam.
Thank you.
Over to Madhivanan, sir.
Thank you, Mr. John, for joining us. It's really encouraging for us.
Thank you very much.
Dear participants, we will continue our discussion. I'm sharing my screen. Right. So now we are here in this slide. So if you are from social sciences domain, here the suggested or the most widely used citation style in your domain is listed. Then sciences and medicine. We have seen someone from chemistry joining us. Yes, citation style is ACS style. We have seen someone from mathematics. Then we have this AMS or CSE citation styles. Physics, AIP or CSE citation sequence. Then engineering domain, as we all know, IEEE style, one of the most commonly or widely used citation styles. So to summarize, MLA style is used by scholars in the domain English, literature, foreign language, communication, religious studies. APA style, the domain of psychology, education, business, economics, nursing, linguistics. Chicago style, then IEEE style, and finally CSE style is listed here, summarized. And if you have doubt, better consult your instructor, consult your guide, consult your guide, consult your instructor, consult your institution. If you are submitting your article for a journal, then please consult the editor of the journal or visit the journal page where you will have the information for the authors. So author guidelines will be there. So you must go through the author guidelines before formatting your manuscript. Yes, as mentioned, these are the most commonly used citation style. Right. In citation, again, when we have this in-text citation, we have two different forms. One is the integral form of citation. What is this integral form? In the integral form, the author name becomes the integral part of the sentence. In this slide, I will read the first sentence. Donna Haraway, amongst other scholars, has argued that knowledge is embodied and situated, that the content of scientific text is shaped by the place of its production. In this sentence, if we remove the author name, then the sentence becomes incomplete. Such form of citation, where the author names becomes the integral part of the sentence, is called as non-integral form of citation. There is a second example of integral form of citation where the author is cited as an adjunct phrase within the sentence. The phrase starts, or sentence starts like this. According to Barron et al., it is part of the current agenda of social cognitive psychology to acquire a better understanding of individual differences in self-regulation. Again, if we remove Barron et al. From the sentence becomes incomplete because it is started according to, and if you remove the author name, naturally the sentence becomes incomplete. The third, the author name is used as a object. First as a subject, then as a phrase, and finally as an object. One cross-sectional study that may support this hypothesis was conducted by Ursic and Brawley. Again, you can see the author name at the end of the sentence. If you remove the author name, the sentence becomes incomplete. Now, these are some of the examples for non-integral form of citation, where the author name and year is there in the sentence. Even if you remove the author name and year from the sentence is complete and the sentence is meaningful. I'll read one example. The first one, there are 4 broad categories of issues that affect commitment: personal characteristics, role-related characteristics, structural characteristics, and work experiences. This is borrowed from somebody else and the source is given as a citation. Even if you remove the author name and year, the sentence is complete and is meaningful. Just look at the last one, Anu, where multiple sources have been cited in a single sentence. You can see in the second sentence, there is an author name, Batman and Strasser. And again, you can see Maude, Porter, and Steers, Bennett and Durkin, all within the brackets. They are part of the sentence, but even if you remove the names from the sentence is complete, the sentence is meaningful. So, when we handle citations within the inline text, we can follow either of these styles depending on our writing style, either integral form of citation or non-integral form of citation. What form of citation is used in different domains? As we have seen in the introduction, different domain people have joined here. So people in biology, they use, most of the time, they use non-integral form of citation, where author name and year are not integrated into the sentence. Electronic engineering, yes, they also, majority of the times, they use non-integral form of citation. Physics is non-integral. Mechanical engineering, 70%. Marketing, we belong to the management domain. So marketing, so 70% in a text, 70% we use non-integral form of citation. What about philosophy? Yes, philosophy, they use very less compared to other domains, especially this non-integral form. Majority of the time, that is 64.6%, they use integral form of citation. So this work, this study was conducted in the year 2004. The latest study is also available in the year 2022 or 2023. The authors of the latest study also found the same type of the citations used by different domains. The findings in 2004 and findings in 2022 or 2023 is more or less same. Right. What are the verbs? What are the different kinds of verbs used while including the citation, especially in our review of literature and in our discussion part? In philosophy, the reporting verbs, whenever we refer to some authors, the reporting verbs used are say, suggest, argue, claim, point out, propose, think. In sociology, argue, so-and-so person, argue, suggest, describe, note, analyze, discuss, etc. We will look at marketing or management domain, suggest, argue, demonstrate, propose, so. Then in engineering domain, mechanical engineering and electronic engineering, the words used are describe, show, report, discuss. And in physics, we can see the reporting verbs develop, report, study. So these are the commonly used reporting verbs while bringing in a citation into the text. Again, this finding is also more or less similar to the study conducted by the latest year, that is 2023. Right. Now we are discussing, we are going to spend 3 days on this citation and reference management. Is this that much important? Now we'll see one of our papers where the editor gave comments on the citations. We were surprised, and only at that point in time, we understood how much this citation or referencing is important. This is one of the ABDC listed and Scopus indexed journal by InterScience publishers. Look at the comment. This is after the paper got accepted. It will go to the proofreading department. From there, they sent the comments. Comment CG3 for corporate governance. Author, please provide the full reference or delete from the text if not required. Here we have included the citation, Kumar et al. 2018, but at the end, we forget to place the full reference. Now, the editor or the team which is proofreading this article is asking us, where is the full reference? If full reference is not available, just remove the citation. Then here, at the end of the document, the reference list also, they have given 4 comments. One is, author, please provide the page number. So in this citation style, page number is mandatory. But unfortunately, we didn't provide the page number. They located that and they have asked for the page number. Then we have also used one web source in our article. From Global Reporting Initiative, we have used one finding. And for that, we forgot to give the date when we assessed the web page. So they are asking, author, please provide the access details. Date when the site was accessed. Then the last comment, page number we have given, but we didn't give the issue number. So they're asking, author, please provide the issue number. So we are not concerned about what we cite and what we put in the reference list. But the journal people are concerned because the journal, their journal, is going to take this manuscript. The moment our article appears in their journal, then they are also responsible for the errors and mistakes in the manuscript. So they are concerned about their reputation. If we are concerned about our reputation, then we must be serious about preparing our manuscript or formatting our manuscript. And this is one of our article. And see, the same article in different citation styles. So one is the MLA style. Just I will read. Madhivanan, Periyasamy, Ramaya Kasalingam, and Fargat Ali. Article name is, title is Corporate Governance Reforms and Disclosure Quality, Equity Perception, appeared in IUP Journal of Corporate Governance, volume number 20, issue number 1, 2021. We will compare APA style and Harvard style. They are more or less, they look very similar. APA style. Madhivanan, P, full stop, comma. Now look at Harvard style. Madhivanan, P, full stop, comma. APA style, same. But the name of the second author, after full stop, there is a comma, but not a comma in the Harvard style. Then look at the symbol. And in APA style, the symbol is used, and in Harvard style, A and D is used. Look at the year. In APA style, the year appears within the parenthesis, but in Howard style, no parenthesis. Finally, look at the page number, issue number 20, and within the bracket 1, here 20 within the bracket 1. Page number is not listed. We need page number also. In one of the styles for page number, it is mentioned as PP dot, and in another style, there is no PP, only the page number from 2 page numbers. Same article, but different citation style. There is a very minute difference. We have already seen there are close to 200 different citation style, and for each domain, we have different citation style. Sometimes different journals, they have their own citation styles. Now, in this citation style, there are minute differences, comma, full stop, symbol and and year within the parenthesis, no parenthesis, page number, PP dot, no PP dot, all these things. So let us say we have formatted our article in one of these citation styles, and unfortunately that journal rejected our paper, and we are sending this article to some other journal, and that journal is asking us to reformat our manuscript in a different citation style. Already we spent a lot of time and effort in preparing the manuscript. Now there is a failure. The article got rejected. We are already sad about it. Now this particular journal is asking us to reformat the article in some other citation style, which involves very, very minute details like comma, full stop, and etc. It is going to be a time-consuming task. It is going to be a monotonous task. So definitely, majority of us are not going to do that, especially for it is a monotonous task or a time-consuming task. A potential article is available. There is a journal which is willing to take your article, but this citation style alone is different. If we are copying from Google Scholar or any database, then for each of these articles, we need to copy paste. Even if there are some 50 to 60 references in our article, then we need to copy paste 50 or 60 times. Not only that, the order of arrangement also differs. In APA style, irrespective of the order in which we presented the citation, the reference list appears in the alphabetical order. In IEEE style, the reference list appears in the order in which we inserted them in the body of the text. Again, we need to arrange, rearrange, and see which one we inserted first, which one we inserted second, which one we inserted third. Like that, it takes a lot of our time. Now, what to do? Not only that, now this example is for a thesis. The earlier one is for a research article. This one is for a thesis. Now look at the details. The details are, I'll read it in MLA style. Madhivanan, comma, P dot, within the bracket 2019, full stop, corporate governance disclosures, equity investors perception, practices and requirements, doctoral dissertation, Department of Management Studies, Pondicherry University. Now look at the Chicago style. In Chicago style, the title of the thesis is within the quote, and the year it appears at the last. And see that type of document. There it is doctoral dissertation. Here it is taken as PhD dissertation. PhD dissertation. Now, how many different types of documents we are going to use in our article? We will be referring to journal articles. We will be referring to thesis. We will be referring to book chapters. We will be referring to web pages. We will be referring to newspaper articles. We will be referring to encyclopedias. Lot other sources are available from where we can get the research ideas and where we can find the contribution of the giants. And if we are missing these sources, then we are going to miss the contribution made by the giants. But when it comes to the citation and references, for each type of the document, for each type of the style, the way we present the details is going to be very, very, very different. Now, as a researcher, we don't have time to read or review the articles. We don't have time to document what we are doing. We don't have time to collect data. We don't have time to analyze. Where do we get time to look at these minute details, very, very simple details, but important details? So here comes reference management softwares. Here comes reference management softwares. These things can be handled by a click of a mouse. You want to swap from one style to other style, in a click, you can change to any citation style of your interest. And how to arrange the references, the bibliographic references, just by a click, you can insert all the references. And this is possible by using reference management softwares. And here, some of the most commonly or most widely used reference management softwares are listed. We have Mendeley, we have EndNote, we have Jotiro, ReferenceWorks, BibTeX. Not only that, here you can see BibSonomy, Cite You Like, Papers, BibTeX, BibMe. Like the different citation styles, there are different reference managers. So each of these reference managers, they differ in their features. Here, this comparison chart is available in Google. The comparison is for EndNote. Next, second one is Mendeley. Third one is Papers, ReadCube, RefWorks, Zotero. This chart compares. So when you see the comparison chart, we will compare Mendeley and Zotero, because in this slide, Mendeley and Zotero are the open source softwares, and all others we need to purchase the license. We need to purchase the license. Now let us compare Mendeley and Zotero. Mendeley, yes, available as desktop and web components. Here also we have for Mac, Windows, Linux, all these operating systems. Cost free, this also free. Here the memory for storing your articles is 500 MB. Here it is 2 GB with some premium features also. So when we compare the features listed here for these two open source, we can go for either Mendeley or Zotero. In my case, I am using Mendeley at least for last 8 to 9 years, and I am very much comfortable with Mendeley. Our coordinator, Professor Mohan Sundaram, he is using Zotero at least for the last 6-7 years, and he is very much comfortable with Zotero. But definitely, there is going to be some slight variations in the features of these softwares. So now, in this session, I will use Mendeley in the next 2 days. I will use Mendeley to demonstrate how we can collect resources for our articles, how we can manage those resources, store and manage those resources, how we can insert them in our scholarly writing, and how we can generate references from them. Not only that, change from one citations to other citation style just by a click of our mouse, depending on our requirements. Okay, so I leave it to the users, either you can go with Mendeley or Zotero. So as a Mendeley advisor, I am going to use Mendeley. comfortable with last 8-9 years. Right. Now, what are the key functions of this management softwares? As I told earlier, they are used to collect e-resources, organize e-resources, reading and maintaining notes within the software. Then it helps us to cite the resources, generate bibliographic or references, and finally, it also helps us to collaborate with others. So here, I will stop for any questions till whatever we have covered. If there are any questions, yes, you can please unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. So after this, we will continue with the remaining part. Have any questions, you please comment, and you can type in the chat box. If you are joining by YouTube, yes, you can post your comments because our team is there.
Dear participants, if you are having any doubt or query, you can type it on the chat box, either in the YouTube live stream or in this Zoom. Okay, and I will convey that question to Mr. Mathivanan Perias. Thank you. First question is about the storage in Mendeley. Mathivanan sir, can you
storage? Yes, as displayed in the slide, they give storage up to 2 GB freely. That is for all our e-resources, PDF files.
If you have any query regarding the certificate and all, we'll have this conversation after the session through a community group or email.
If no other questions, shall we continue our discussion? Yes. Right. So next, we have to install the software. What you have to do is, this. You have to visit. Predatory journal, yes, we will discuss tomorrow or day after. Yes. Now we'll focus on citations. Before that, collecting e-resources. Okay. Now, first, if you want to use Mendeley, then you must visit the website mendeley.com. www.mendeley.com. So this is the first look page or the launch page for Mendeley website. Here you can see create account, or here also you can see create free account. To use the features of Mendeley, this online account is mandatory. Creating an account is mandatory. So first create an account, then download the software. You can see this icon, download icon. You can download the software depending on your operating system. In my case, I use Windows, and some of you may use MacBook. Then, depending on your operating system, you must download the software. The installation process, it is a typical installation process like any other software. You can follow the on-screen instructions, agree the license, and install the software. That is the second step. First step, we must create an account by going into this mendeley.com. Then download the software depending on your system's OS and install the software. That is the second step. So once we install the software, we will launch the software because we want to work with Mendeley. When we launch the software, it will ask for the credentials, your email ID and the password which you have created at the time of downloading. You have created one user ID and password at mendeley.com. That credentials we must use to log in into the software which we have installed in our system. That is the third step. So first step, create an account. Second step, install the software. Third step, launch the software and give your credentials. Then you can open the software. After doing this, we must install this Mendeley site. So when you logged in the welcome screen, welcome to Mendeley, in that screen, you will see this download Mendeley site. Download Mendeley site. This is the plugin by Mendeley. This plugin gives us the interface between the Mendeley site, that Mendeley reference manager software, and our Word document. It gives the interface. So we need to download and install Mendeley site. For that, it will take you to the Microsoft account. The moment you click download Mendeley site, it will take you to the Microsoft App Store, and the App Store you can get Mendeley site. For that, you can give the email ID which you have already used. If you have any difficulty on installing this, then definitely tomorrow you can just send us a text in the group, or by any means, we will help you to install this plugin. So without this plugin, we cannot use Mendeley for citation or reference management. So with this, we will finish or stop for the day. Tomorrow, fully it will be demonstration. So better, we would encourage you to join with your laptops. Please download and install the software. If you have any queries, please feel free to reach to us. Thank you very much.
Dear participants, thank you for joining us. And we know that at the beginning we had some technical issue. And in the next session, we'll have the continuation from where Madhivanan sir has left. And regarding the feedback, we'll be shared with the feedback link at the end of the third session. If you have any query, you can text me. You can send a message on WhatsApp or email. I'll respond to it. And for tomorrow, once again, I'll share the link through the community, and you can join either through Zoom or at the YouTube live platform. Thank you all.